Isn't this relaxing, driving on a country road like this in an electric car? Nah, fuck it. Just going to put it in sports and this thing has a lot of power. Oh my god! Hi everyone, and welcome back again to the channel. First of all, before I'm talking about the car that I'm reviewing, I am talking to you because I saw in my statistics on YouTube that most of you are not subscribed to my channel. Why you didn't do that? Go press that button. Do it. Do it now. Have you done it? Okay. Another thing, and the second thing that I'm talking about, is my Instagram account. Because many of you are already following me on Instagram, and most of you also know before the review is coming out which car I am reviewing. So if you want to know more about that, and if you want to see some sneak peeks before I am making the video, go follow my Instagram account, which you will see down here. Okay, so enough said about YouTube, Instagram. Let's move forward to the car. Today I am reviewing the brand new BMW Ix3, and I have to say you will be surprised because this car has a lot to offer, and I am a huge fan about this car. So here it is, guys, the brand new BMW Ix3. It has a basic but in my opinion nice spec. So it's white with a brown leather interior, which I will show you in a bit. But first let's talk a bit about the outside. We all know the BMW X3, but there are significant differences with this electrified X3. So first of all, you have the front, which as you can see is a little bit different, especially this over here, which is a typical grille for an electric car, so everything is closed. You have this with some prints. I don't know what it especially is, but it's something typical to the electric BMWs. It has some fake air thing over here. It's not functional. You have the nice LEDs, which are the same as on a X3 or other BMWs. It's very nice. Look at it. So angry. And when you look at this, it's not angry at all. It's just a sexy SUV in my opinion. So let's move forward to the side, and of course a big difference for this electric version are the wheels. It are 20 inches, so it's not so small at all. Then of course you have the I badge over here with the blue accents, which you can also see over here in the wheel cap. Blue is the color for the electrified BMWs. Then you have this nice little trim over here, which is pretty cool. And then when you look at the back of the car, I mean, it's a pretty big car. It's not that small X3 of a few years ago, but I mean, look, it's a pretty decent SUV. It's a big one. So looking at the back of the car, first of all we have this badge over here, which is of course again with the I. And you have the blue in the BMW logo also, which is again typical for an electric version. And if we look at the trunk of the car, you will see that you have a pretty decent space. Let me switch this. So yeah, you have a nice trunk over here. A lot of space inside the car, which is of course needed when you buy a car like this, in my opinion. Luckily the car has an electric trunk, because I'm 1.83 meters and I have to say that the trunk is very high, so I'm just going to press the button. So the good thing is that BMW now also have the DC charging capacity. So you have to push this one, then the AC is opening, and if you are at a highway, you can just press this one and then you have the DC possibility also. So yeah, that's a good thing, because the car will charge much quicker than on a traditional charge point. So let's talk a bit about the interior, about this brand new Ix3, and I have to say I love the spec. First of all, you have this trim over here. Don't know if you can see it very well, but it has some lines in it, and yeah, it's pretty cool. You will see it in the back also. It continues over here and goes all the way to here. And then you just have here a normal trim. It's a bit a shame, in my opinion, that this one don't continue as this, because it would be cooler, but yeah, I guess it's a choice and an opinion. Then of course you have the brown leather, which I will show you the seat. It's very nice, in my opinion, to be honest. I like the fact that this stitching is over here. So you have this center thing with these stitching in a lighter brown. Yeah, I like this thing. And then at the back it looks like this, so yeah, pretty decent. And then let's talk about the steering wheel, which is a traditional steering wheel from BMW. The thing is that you can again recognize the electrified version about this blue detail over here. You also have the start button, which is also in blue, and you also have this little detail over here. That's pretty cool. It's not too much, it's just enough. And then yeah, of course, if we look over here, you also have the blue details over here, over here. So yeah, pretty cool. All the other things are pretty similar to the other BMWs. You have the window buttons over here. You can change your mirrors over here. You can open and close the trunk with this button. And this is actually a cool one, because when it rains and you have a friend or your wife or whatever who has done some shopping and it's raining, so you can just open the trunk and you can close it again while the person is entering the car. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. What I personally really like is this little detail over here, so Ix3, which is over there. So that's a pretty cool thing, in my opinion. I might have liked it also with a blue accent over here, as on the outside, but yeah, that's just my opinion again. So I'm sitting here in the back of the Ix3, and I have to say there's much space over here, and for the head, although I'm sitting very high. So, I don't know if I'm sitting correctly. Well, I'm sitting pretty high, but yeah, it's it's comfortable, so it's acceptable. And if I sit over here, and sitting in the two sides is the same. It's comfortable. I have enough of leg space, foot space. The height is well better over here, because you're sitting a little bit lower. I don't know why, but in the center you sit a little bit higher. So it might be better if you're a little bit smaller than me than to sit in the middle, but yeah, it's correct. I like it. It's pretty good. Okay, so enough said about the exterior. We've seen the interior, the front, the back. We've seen it all. Let's take it for a spin. So let's fire this thing up. Oh yeah, I forgot it's an electric, so no noises, of course. It's so quiet. It's so strange to drive a car like this because yeah, it's a big car, as you just saw, but it's so quiet. I mean, I don't hear any noises, so it's kind of weird, but yeah, it's relaxing. Oh, the seatbelt almost killed me. I hope you saw that, but just almost killed me. Isn't this relaxing, driving on a country road like this in an electric car? Nah, fuck it. I'm just going to put it in sports and this thing has a lot of power. Oh my god. Damn. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Let me do a quick start stop. I put it in sport mode right now. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. 50 kilometers an hour, 70, 80, 100 kilometers an hour. Oh my god. This is insane. And damn, I like this thing. So fun to drive. Well, this is the definition of an electric car for me. It's just fun. Even if I miss the sound of the car, but yeah, never mind. Who wants the sound when you have the feeling? We have this nice big sunroof over here, which I can open like this, so it's just switched. It gives you some air, and I personally like that because even when it's a bit colder, you have that fresh air coming in from the outside to the inside of the car, and I personally really like that. And then of course you can just open it like this, and then I will show you. This car is very comfortable in the way it drives, in the way I'm sitting. Suspension is pretty comfortable, and as you saw just earlier, when I'm driving in the country road and sports modes, I don't have the feeling that I'm sitting in a boat just floating like everywhere. No, not at all. So it has a good suspension for the city driving, and it has a good suspension for sportive drivings. So that's pretty good. You might have heard the beep beep. It's a warning that I have to stop. Why? Because this car has 2 drive modes. You have, well, in fact you have more than 2 drive modes. So you have the basic Eco Pro, Comfort and Sport modes, which are very similar to every BMW you drive with. But you also have another new thing on this electric version, is the drive mode on the shifting knob. but you can also put it in B. And for those who have watched my previous videos on, for example, the Fiat 500 electric, or the Mini Cooper, or even the Renault Clio E-Tech hybrid, if you've not seen them, link is below, where I've shown also that you had similar drive modes, and the B is when I put my foot off the throttle, as I'm doing now, well, the car is just stopping. And yeah, that's a good thing when you drive an electric car in, for example, the city center, because you don't have to brake. When I drive in this mode, honestly, I never brake because I just don't have to. So that's cool. And the beep beep that you've just heard is a warning, because the car is filming everything in front of me. So when I drive in this mode, it will warn me when I have to stop, when there's a car in front of me, and it will just brake the car also. So everything to be as economical as possible for your batteries, of course. So talking about the range of this Ix3, BMW announced a range of 460 kilometers, WLTP norms, but to be honest, you will never do 460 kilometers with this car. Impossible. It was fully charged when I picked it up, and I only had a range of 320 kilometers. So that's 140 kilometers less than what BMW announces, although it depends on the driving style of the previous driver. So I've been driven around a little bit, and I have to say that I will be able to do more than 320 kilometers, but I won't ever do 460 kilometers. It's impossible. I really want to thank again BMW Peter Daeninck at Oudenaarde, because they provided me this car, and I am really honored that I can drive in this car, because there are not a lot of reviews at this moment, because the car is brand new, especially in Belgium. But I'm very pleased that I had this opportunity. So BMW Peter Daeninck, thank you so much. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of those SUVs, because I like sports cars and I like being low in the car. But this one is definitely, I like it, to be honest. I'm sitting good in the car. It has a low center of gravity because it's an electric car and you have those batteries underneath. It's a real pleasure to drive in all kind of conditions, except for off-roading. I did a little off-road. Well, it was not really off-road, but it was literally off the road. And I would not trust this car off-roading, because it's not made for it. It's not a four-wheel drive also. So I guess, well, I don't guess, I'm sure it's made for on the road and not off the road. But on the road, whether it's driving in the city center, whether it's driving on the country road, whether it's driving on a highway, it has everything you need. It has security equipment, which is nowadays almost standard, but okay, it's cool. It gives you a safe feeling, and it has power. It has I'm very surprised about this car, honestly. I had high expectations because yeah, BMW is talking a lot about the BMW iX3, so it should be a good car, but I'm like, okay, I have high expectations. Let's see what it gives me when I drive it. But honestly, it just gave me everything I expected and even more. Especially on my expectations, where I like to drive sportively in country roads, for example. And the car just is, it's like the car is stitched on the road, and yeah, that's all you need, or all you want when you drive it like this in these country roads. So yeah, I really like this car. And you don't pass by unexpected, because everyone is watching you, and woo, you feel that from 0 to 120, car is very quick. Once you go above that, yeah, it's an electric car, so it's normal. But the battery, when you go, or when you drive it like I just did, yeah, the battery is just going. You better don't do that when you don't have a charge point nearby. I am now on my way back to bring back the car to the garage, and I have to admit that I really enjoyed this ride. It's a pretty decent car, and as I did in previous videos, I will again also rate this one. So from 0 to 10 in the electric world, and with the cars that I already driven with, I'm rating this a 9 on 10. And I will tell you why. Because the drivability, the comfort, the different drive modes, the looks are all a big 10 for me. But the range is not enough, and the WLTP norms are just a lie. 460 kilometers, you will never ever be able to do that in a car like this. Never. It's impossible. The battery is not enough, and it's just a too huge car to drive that much kilometers. So BMW, stop lying about your range. But as I said, I'm rating it a 9 because, with the exception of the range, everything is just pretty good, and I really like this car, honestly. So I hope you all enjoyed this content about the new BMW iX3. Stay tuned, because there is a lot more to come in the next coming weeks. I have a few classic cars that I can review, and not just normal classic cars, you will be surprised. And also there are some sports cars, and even I already have the next surprise car that will come in a few weeks. So as I said at the beginning, don't forget to subscribe, go follow me on Instagram, and stay tuned. See you soon. Bye.